medium rear. The Ducatis tended to go to the grid soft front and rear.
8 races we've had here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg. There's been 6 wins, 2 Ducati. They're red hot favourites here in this 28 Austrian Grand Prix. They've locked out the top 4 places. Now Bastianini on pole.
First sector, he's battling there with Johann Zarco, who's also gone backwards off the line. Aleix Espargaro down to 11th. Zarco's down to 12th.
Everybody safely through then that tight chicane then 2-8. Mears gone down again. Joan Mears, hooray. The last 9 races for the 2020 MotoGP World Champion. An early battle for Mir.
A real threat around this circuit as well. So 5th position into turn 9, and he does.
Yeah, Vignales. Top is Bagnaia, who leads from Bastianini. Miller there in 3rd place. It's an all Ducati top 4 as it was on the grid. Jorge Martin in 4th place.
Credit
lap that Johann Zarco wanted, having started from 6th place. Like Lewis said, he was pushed out of the top 10 at one stage. He did come over the line in 9th place, so he started with
particular left-handers, but they need to try and stop these 4 Ducatis from getting away. Vignales and Quartararo, if they're going to get on top. He's made an incredible launch off the line
by the South African rookie.
So as it stands at the moment, it's a 1.1 second gap back to this man, Maverick Viñales, on the leading factory. Inroads yet on the Ducatis up ahead of them as Miller now shapes for a move on the back of Bastianini for second.
It's been a good start to this Grand Prix as well for Mini VR 46.0. He's up to 8th.
Credit to Aleix Espargaro again. He did a 1:30.158 last time around.
Well, 300 horsepower being put through those motors. Jorge Martin
to the world champion Quartararo. It's been beaten by Aleix Espargaro, who does a 1:29.
Rocketing on the Aprilia with a 1:29.979. He's just trying to claw back that sort of 4/10th deficit that's opened up.
Cost him 3 places in the end. He lost Quartararo, Aleix Espargaro and Zarco going through.
Back a line here, isn't he? What a job he's doing. He's got through on Bastianini. Bastianini's got a problem.
Oh.
There's a problem here for the Gresini. The major issue here and there. Bastianini had a big issue at turn 3. Just set their personal best laps of this Grand Prix. 1:30.05. Miller gets up the inside of Pecco Bagnaia. Is he going to get in a little bit hot? Bagnaia just comes straight back on the inside on the cutback down the hill
because the trio
or the air fence. Simon, back down to you.
Yeah, he pointed at the front. The tyres still got air in it. The brake lever's still. Those are checking out.
Down into turn 9. That's where Miller got in briefly for the lead on the previous lap. We're now riding on board.
On the number 43, but this could soon 0 last time around, which matched Quartararo and the leading pair of Ducatis. The only rider who was quicker than those 4 was Martin, who's closing in. He's now 1 second off the lead.
This ultimate corner.
Leading trio.
Single manufacturer lockout of the podium in 2022. Ducati did it in the last Grand Prix of 2021 in Valencia last year. Miller's so good on that left-hander, the second of the left-handers through turn 7, which then sets him up when they flick it hard right through turn, as you can see on the box on the left-hand side of your screen.
Using front pressure and then couldn't turn in, as it deflates. It wasn't completely flat for sure, but that's what I think.
Thanks for that, Simon. Great question. What is the podium battle? 10th clear of Miller, who's really now coming on the bit.
Quartararo is just ever so slightly a 10th or 2 per lap, closing in on this leading group. He did a 1:30.1 last time around. Quartararo for the first time is within 2 seconds of the
Luigi Dell'Igna. He knows that this is a big opportunity for Pecco Bagnaia to claw back more points.
A really good afternoon, the Mini VR46 rider. He's as fast as the leaders at the moment, and he is now right on the tail. You can see
on that previous lap he had such a sensation back in. He started this lap 1.1 seconds behind the Spaniard. Through sector 2, that gap had come down to 8/10 of a second, so towards the podium
lap. So Bagnaia into his rhythm at the moment. As we mentioned before the race started, he's never won 3.
He's sweeping now through the second sector, and that gap was down to just under half a second now. Fabio Quartararo,
we're on board with the reigning world champion. This is to complete lap 16. Respond that time around, and he was the fastest of the leading 4.
A bit quicker than a lot of the riders directly ahead of him. Martin's gone wide. He's made a mistake. He's made the mistake. Jorge Martin now encountering some issues. He clearly put the left arm up there briefly. Fonzinietto
in the 3rd sector, 1:31.5. Of course, that included the mistake at.
Keep looking at Jorge Martin in the braking zones for turn 1 and then the chicane. I don't know if he's just looking down his dashboard or to his left-hand side when he's going on the brakes. On this race, after Joan Mears, first lap exit at turn 4, compounding a miserable 2022 for this started to.
Joan Mir crashing out in the very early stages.
What can Alex Rins do then to try and find a way through on that Suzuki? His podium challenge is, it's fades
off. I don't know if he made a mistake on the last lap. He did a 1:31.2. Marini, a 1:30.3. He's right on the back of the Aprilia.
Yeah, Marini might do is
We saw this back at the this year.
well, third place here in this Austrian Grand Prix, given how strong the Ducatis have been, would represent a fan though. The pressure's been building, and now finally Luca Marini side by side on that sweep down to turn 4. Marini does take that 5th place. Just been he is the reigning champ and the current MotoGP World Championship leader. He desperately,
as you say, this would feel like a win in many respects for Quartararo if he can get out of here with a podium or even second place. Bit back from the number 43 Ducati up ahead of him, but Quartararo, you just need to look at the front of this race. Ducati, then Quartararo's Yamaha, and then 2 more Ducatis in front.
just try and protect Bagnaia, or certainly protect,
try and limit the damage to his World Championship challenge.
you just wonder, knowing that this would be
that momentum through the corner, and look at how it's brought Martin into play as well. Martin did a 1:30.
very, very hard for this podium here in Austria.
Yeah, Quartararo is now going to have to make a decision. He's going to have to either pass or be passed, I suspect, in this Grand Prix. There's Aleix Espargaro. Is he going to get
A whole bunch of time as well. Now then, Jorge Martin, look into the chicane. Is he going to get outgunned on the climb up towards turn 3? No, he's not. Miller tries to hold on to 3rd place.
This is a big lap. Can Quartararo break clear so the Ducatis cannot pass him down the straight?
Fabio Quartararo has had some memorable moments in his MotoGP. Quartararo, he has
Struggling for brakes as Rins goes in hot into turn 3. That promotes Brad Binder now.
in what now looks like a relatively safe sector on Friday, and that's really opened the door for Brad Binder. Brad Binder, you know he's not going to need a second invitation. Well, he's back at the front, and we're about to start the last lap here. He's goes down! Jorge Martin! Pecco Bagnaia does look like he's on course to be just the second Ducati rider in MotoGP. The Bologna factory here in Austria, Pecco Bagnaia wins at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg in 20. Zarco 5th. Aleix Espargaro does finish inside the top 6. Binder 7th. Rins, Bezzecchi and Martin were your top 10. Austria, the Wall of Fame links the not going to really work in my favour, are they? Half race distances, because he's normally so good in the mix in those sort of last 7 or 8 laps.
Well, of course, he's GP